Okay, good evening, everyone. Today, part 3, we are talking about Kamma and Rebirth. And previous week, we talked about 4 Bhave actions. So wherever we speak, that will be our Kamma, that will be our Kamma. Sometimes we speak, we use unpleasant speeches. Sometimes we use pleasant speeches. So wherever pleasant or unpleasant, good or bad, that we speak. So that will be our Kamma. That will be our Kamma. So now we are talking about good Kamma and bad Kamma. So if you know what is not good, then you know what is good. If we are not doing something is not good, then so that means if refraining from doing a wholesome thing itself is a good deed. We're trying to control. We're trying to control our body. We're trying to control our speech. We're trying to control our mind, not to do bad deeds. So now we're talking about 4 variations. Telling a lie, Musafara, we already talked about it. Instead of telling a lie, we're trying to tell the truth. Then number 2, slandering, using divisive speeches. So instead of talking slandering or divisive speeches, then we're trying to use united speeches, the speeches that make united. Number 3 is hard speech. So actually today we will start hard speech. Previous week we finished earlier 2, telling a lie, slandering. So number 4 is distracted talk. Sampapalapa. So today we will talk about hard speech and distracted talk. So what is hard speech? And the Buddha said, we will quote what the Buddha taught. The Buddha said, he speaks harshly. He utters such words as are wrath, hard, harmful to others, offensive to others, bordering on anger, unconducive to concentration. So this is a, when we talk about hard speech, actually this is not good, it's not good. So here the Buddha say, so someone who utters such words as a wrath, hard, harmful to others. If you say something to somebody, it is harmful to him or her, and also offensive to others. And people make angry. People become angry by hearing what you say. Actually, here, sometime, even you say in a nice way, if your volition or motivation is not good, then even though the way you talk is seem to be polite, and also that if it is often offensive to other people, that will be hard speech. Yeah, bordering on anger. You talk based on anger. Unconducive to concentration. If you hear something unpleasant, then your concentration, your mindfulness is destroyed. So by hearing unpleasant speeches, and also something that is offensive to you, normally our peace of mind, our concentration is gone. So we do not use such word. that destroys concentration and peace of mind. So that is harsh speech. So here we have a discussion by commentator. Sometimes we may use harsh speeches, like a parent may use harsh speeches, strong speeches to their parents, their children. And teacher also may use harsh speeches to his disciples. So, but their motivation is good. I'm talking in a harsh way, in a strong tone. I'm talking, by using, harsh speeches to their children, to their disciples. So with the good way, by listening what I said, and they will not do this. They will not do this. Sometimes as a parent, you may talk to your children in a strong way, using harsh speeches, but in your mind, with a good way. But sometimes you may be talking harsh speeches to your children with the anger. That is harsh speech. But here is without anger. Sometimes even though we are talking without anger, then that is not a harsh speech. That's not a harsh speech. Then even though the speeches are pleasant to hear, if the volition is cruel and unkind, it is considered as a frusavasa. This one I taught previous week. Did you remember? Do you remember that? Did I talk it previous week? No. Okay. So even though the way you talk is pleasant to hear, the way you talk is gentle. If your volition is cruel and unkind, it is considered as a frusavasa. So suppose you may talk somebody, let him sleep in comfort. So now you're talking to your fellow man, and you capture one person, let him sleep in comfort, or let him take a rest. So that means your people know that you let him kill. So you are ordering to kill that person. So that is, even though the way he said is polite and pleasant to hear, so actually his motivation is to kill that person. Even though it is pleasant, even though it is polite, it is considered as a harsh speech. So therefore, volition or motivation is calm. If the motivation is not good, then that will be unwholesome. So actually in our environment, for some people, the way they talk is very polite, but their motivation is not good, to destroy the other person. So that is also considered as a harsh speech. Even though the way they talk is polite, then that's considered as a harsh speech. So therefore, if you abstain from harsh speech, that is osanga, good karma. So if you are engaging in harsh speech, if you are using unpleasant speeches all the time, so that is bad karma. So if you abstain from harsh speeches, so that is a good karma, a good karma. Then the Buddha said, having abandoned harsh speech, he abstained from harsh speech. Actually, I copy what the Buddha taught, so that you are learning teachings of the Buddha directly in a direct way. So if I'm talking without referring to what the Buddha taught, that will be my opinion. My opinion. So here, the Buddha said, abstaining from harsh speech is a good deed. Good deed. He speaks such words as are gentle. So if you are talking gently, if you are talking in polite way, that is wholesome deed. Wholesome deed. Pleasing to the ears. The way you talk is pleasant. People want to listen to you. That is good deed. If you're talking pleasant speeches, that will be a good deed. And levity as go to the heart. So the way you talk, the way you talk to people. So your speeches, honestly, the way you talk, go directly their heart or their mind. Courteous, polite. Desired by many, agreeable to many people. So that is a good deed. So if you not just refraining from harsh speech, you control not to use unpleasant speeches, and you also speak in a gentle way, in a pleasant way, in a polite way. The way you talk must be levity. It must go to the heart, must be courteous, must be desired by many and agreeable to many. So that will be a good deed, a good karma. A bad karma means using unpleasant speeches, harsh speeches, and offensive speeches. If you're talking based on your anger to anybody, even to your children, even to the enemies. If you're shouting to your pet, to your dog, to your cat, also consider as a unwholesome karma. Whoever, to even not only human being, but also to enemies. But of course, if you have a compassion, loving kindness, the way you talk to people, the way you deal with the people will be polite and pleasant. People will love you. So therefore, abstaining from harsh speech and pleasant speech is good deed. If you are gentle, if you're polite, if you're talking pleasant speeches, so that will be a good deed. Okay, so this is a bad karma and good karma. So you can choose. You are owner of your own karma. If you are talking in a harsh way, unpleasant way, then you will get that unpleasant result. If you are talking gentle, polite, and pleasing way, then you will get. Actually, it is quite obvious, quite clear. So therefore, Buddhism, bad karma and good karma. Okay. Any question about for this karma, good and bad karma? Do you have any question?
You can unmute and ask Bhante directly.
Need to warm up. Okay, then if no question, then I will go to the next one. So the last one is, we have 4 verbal actions. 4 verbal actions. The last one is called distracted talk. Distracted talk. Not reconstructed. Opposite may be constructed talk. Sampapalapa. Normally, people translate as a frivolous talk, nonsense talk, idle chatter, like that. Actually, it is not a literal translation. Literal translation. For me also, in earlier time, I use Bhikkhu Bodhi translation, frivolous talk, not a serious one, like a gossip, like a chatting, this and that. Actually, when you read, when you know the literal meaning of Sampapalapa, so the literal meaning of Sampapalapa is distracted talk. The talk that destroys your well-being. Your well-being. If you are using such talks, then your well-being will be destroyed. So therefore, distracted talk. He engaged in distracted talk, that is unwholesome deed. He speaks at an improper time. Improper time. That's very important, very important. If you are talking in improper time, that will be distracted talk. Not good. It will destroy your well-being. Then speaks. So here, improper timing. Suppose your mother is busy, so busy, then you go there and talk to your mother. Even though the way you talk is polite, even though what you say is meaningful, so actually you are talking improper time, not the right time, not the right time. So therefore, it is important to use. It is important to talk in the right time. Suppose I will go to the beach. People are enjoying eating, talking, and I go there and explain how to meditate. It's improper time, no? Improper time. Because people are enjoying eating food and playing and talking this and that with their friends. Then I go there and talk to them how to meditate. And I told them meditation is very good. It will create tranquility of the mind. You can maintain happiness like that. Even though the way I talk is meaningful and also beneficial to them, they will not listen to you because it's improper time. And also, so here the Buddha said, speaks falsely. Actually, did the same with telling a lie, same. So what you say is not truth, not truth. Abuddha. So here, in earlier 3, telling a lie is obvious because people normally want to tell a lie. They use a lot of false speeches. So therefore, it is important, and the Buddha highlight number 1. Number 2 is slandering. So that's also obvious and clear in our environment. People are using divisive speeches. Therefore, people are not united. And the next one is hard speech, unpleasant speeches. This one also need to avoid. But the last one, cover everything. So things that you use with your mouth, whether, so that means the last one include everything regarding with the speech, regarding with the bad speech, bad speech. So here, the Buddha say, if you are talking in proper time, if you're talking in a false way, speaks what is beneficial. So actually, this one, sometimes we may normally talk, which is not beneficial to others, like a gossip, and we are talking this and that without stopping. So what is unbeneficial speaks contrary to the Dhamma and the discipline. Here we use the word Dhamma. Dhamma means righteous way, righteous practice. So the way you talk is not righteous. You're talking in unrighteous way. And the discipline is not something you do not control. You're not disciplined. If you're talking contrary to the Dhamma and discipline. So here can be also, we can interpret the discipline here is rules and regulations. Rules and regulations. Suppose now you are suggested advice to mute. So that is a rules and regulation. It is actually is a discipline. Then you do not listen and you unmute. And while you are listening to the Dhamma talk, you are talking telephone loudly. So that means you're not following the rules and regulations here. That you are in the physical classroom, so you are advised not to use harmful, to mute your harmful, but you do not listen. Then while you are listening, Dhamma talk, or while your discussion in the meeting, the phone ring loudly, and that distract teaching or discussion or meeting. If you are not following rules and regulations, so you are not allowed to talk in the classroom. But you stay talk with your friend. You do not listen to. So such speeches can be distracted talk. It can destroy your well-being. At an improper time, he speaks such words as are worthless and reasonable. If you are talking unreasonably, if you're talking rambling, if you're talking unbeneficial things, that will be sampapala, distracted talk. It will destroy your speeches. So here, people normally think that sampapala is frivolous talk or idle chatter. Of course, many English translators also they use different terms that indicate not a serious talk, like a gossip, talking this and that. But actually, it is more than that. It's more than that. So if you learn what the Buddha taught, you can see that if you're talking in proper time, even though what you say is serious, then it can it is a distracted talk. It can destroy your well-being. Suppose our Dhamma talk is here, limited to 2 hours, 7:30 to 9:30. But if I'm in talking until 10:30, until 11:30. Even though what I'm talking is meaningful, even though my talk is connected with the Dhamma, with the Buddha talk, but if I'm talking in proper time, that is distracted talk, people will not come again. So this Bhante, talkative, he does not know proper time like that, no? He can destroy, will be. Actually, it's quite obvious. Normally, people who are talking, people who do not know proper time to talk, then it will destroy their how to say, well-being. Of course, some people normally call in proper time. Then, and the other party does not want to answer the phone. That is also distracted talk. Suppose you call 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and your friend is sleeping at the time. So now you want to share a good news for your friend. You know that if your friend hear this good news, she will be very happy. But you call midnight. Actually, she is sleeping. Your friend is sleeping. Then you call, phone ring, and your friend answer. No, it's a midnight. She was sleeping. She became very angry. Why you're calling me? Like that. So, in proper time. And also beneficial speeches. Wherever is not beneficial, that is a destructive talk. So here, so this is a bad karma. So what is a good karma? If you abstain from destructive talks, that will be good karma. So here the Buddha said that, having abandoned destructive talk, he abstained from destructive talk. He speaks at a proper time, Talking in proper time is very important. Speaks truth, speaking the truth. Actually, it is similar to the first precept. The first one, no? The first one. Not to tell lie, opposite is telling the truth. So here, of course, different Pali, different usage, but the same connotation. Speaks what is beneficial. So if you are talking and beneficial thing all the time, people do not want to listen to you. If you are talking, you control your mouth. So you just talk beneficial thing. Then people will listen to you. People want to listen to you. So therefore, this is a good karma. If you are speaking what is beneficial to others, that will be a good karma. Speaks on the Dhamma and discipline. In a righteous way, you follow rules and regulations, you follow etiquette, especially their etiquette. They actually, if you go to one place or one monastery or one school, there is etiquette. If you visit a family, there's etiquette. You follow. And also you follow some of the customs and cultures. So this one also under the discipline. If you follow the, if you respect the custom and culture of other people, and you follow etiquette, and you follow rules and regulations. So if speaking is not allowed, then you shut your mouth. You're not talking. If you are advised not to speak loudly, then you follow. So that is a wholesome camp, a good camp. Good camp. At a proper time, he speaks such words as are worth recording. Reasonable, substance, and beneficial. So you, even though the way you talk is reasonable, and also the way thing that you talk is meaningful, but it must be in proper time. So here, the Buddha highlights importance of proper time. So that is called abstinence from destructive talk. In other words, it is a good camp. A good camp. Any question? Normally, I invite people when I finish one session or one topic, subtopic. If you have a question, so that is easier to clarify. If you are not clear, then you can ask the question. So if it's clear for you, it's okay.
Yep.
Bhante, there are two questions in the chat. So the first one is, when you said speaks on the Dhamma, does Dhamma here mean Buddha's teachings?
No. Dhamma is in the righteous practice. Of course, what the Buddha taught is in the righteous practice and righteous teaching, and we can also interpret teachings of the Buddha, but there are righteous teachings in other religions as well. Like in Christianity, they say, love your neighbor, like that. So whatever is righteous, then you follow.
There's another question. So this person says, I have colleagues that talks and gossips more than doing work, so much so that others have to do their job. Sometimes I will have to speak harshly so that they will stop talking and go back to work. Because kind words and friendly gestures never work. So I have to care for myself too. I do not want people to come to me and complain about themselves. Then there will be a lot more unwholesome thoughts. So what should I do to reduce my karma?
Okay. Gossiping, not good, because it will destroy your well-being. It will destroy your reputation in your job. If some people will come to you and they will say gossip, then if you are in a position to stop that person, so you can talk to him or talk to her, not to say gossip. But sometimes, of course, we cannot say do not talk, and they will continue to talk. Then what you have to do is just listen. Do not reply. Do not respond, or do not entertain such gossip, because it's very dangerous. And that person will come to you, gossip, and he or she will bring whatever you say, and also will gossip and the other place. Very dangerous. Such persons are very dangerous. But for you, we have to be very mindful not to say gossip. So if you are gossip all the time, then people will not believe you. Another thing is, sometimes if you are talking in a polite way, in a gentle way, people will not listen to you. What should you do? Of course, sometimes you need to use strong tone or harsh, not really harsh speeches. It's of course, very hard way. The way you talk is very strong. It may be unpleasant to hear, but you still need to talk. But it is important not to have any anger in your mind. without anger. You're talking to them with a strong tone, harsh speeches, and unpleasant speeches to them. But it is important not to have any anger, any inner hate in your mind. You're forcing them to walk without any anger. But if you're talking with anger, then it will destroy your well-being, your happiness, and also your good things. So of course, we can use strong. Later, I will quote one sutta. The Buddha also do the same thing. Sometimes the Buddha may use strong speeches to his disciples, but in the minds of the Buddha, there's no anger. By using unpleasant speeches to the listener, so if something is beneficial to many people, the Buddha will still use it. And I will quote one sutta for that later part. Okay. Okay, so now speeches are very important. Speeches are very important. People love you because of your speeches. People hate you because of your speeches. Very important, you know. So the way you talk to people will create happiness or unhappiness. So therefore, we need to control our speeches. If you are talking, if you are telling a lie, if you are slandering, if you are using unpleasant speeches, harsh speeches, if your talks are destructive, then it creates ahosana, bad karma. In Pali, we call it akusala karma. If you are telling the truth, number one, if you are talking to unite people, and also if you are talking politely, gently, if you are talking in proper time, if you are talking beneficial way, beneficial things, then that will be a good karma, wholesome karma. So I want to quote one sutta. So in that sutta, the Buddha talk about 5 causes of speech. 5 causes of speech. So the Buddha said that bhikkhus. So there are these 5 causes of speech that others may use when they address you. Actually, in this sutta, the Buddha taught to the monks to practice patience, to tolerate when people talk to you in a how to say, unreasonable way, when people blame you, when people revile you like that. So the Buddha suggests to practice patience. So in this sutta, the Buddha talk about 5 causes of speech. Number 1, sometimes people may will talk to you in a timely speeches. Some people are very cautious. So when they are talking to somebody, and they look at, what they are doing, and also they look at, other people. If I'm called right now, is it a proper time, like that? So they are the sympathy, how can I say? They are concentrate. So they have a lot of concentration to other. So they look at whether it is a good time or a bad time. So sometimes people may be using timely speeches. Sometimes we are talking in a good time. Some people may be talking in proper time, in improper time. So even they are talking in an improper time, but you still need to practice patience, and also you have to tolerate to them. Sometimes people may be telling the truth, sometimes telling a lie. So here, talking, using timely speeches is a good deed, a good karma. Using untimely speeches, if you're talking in improper time, that is bad karma. If you're telling the truth, that is a good karma. If you are telling a lie, telling untruth, so that is a bad karma. So good karma and bad karma, good speech and bad speech. Sometimes some people may be talking gently. Sometimes people may talk in a harsh way. Of course, people like gentleness. If people are talking gentle way, people, so everybody you will like it. Sometimes, so you will encounter people who are talking harsh speeches, who are using harsh speeches. In those times, you need to practice patience. Then some people talk, so the way they talk connected with the well-being. Sometimes people will talk with the it's very harmful to you. If they are talking harmful speeches, using harmful speeches, then you practice patience. So the last one is spoken with a minor loving kindness. Some people may be talking with a loving kindness and compassion. But some people may talk to you with the inner hatred, anger. If they're talking with the inner hate and anger, you practice patience. So the Buddha, in this sutta, the Buddha explained. So therefore, when you look at this sutta, we can make a conclusion. So these are the 5 criteria of good speech. If you want to get a good karma through your mouth, so these are the 5 criteria. So when we are talking to somebody, so these are the 5 criteria. If you follow these 5, then your speech will be pleasant. So wherever you speak will be good deed, good karma. Number 1, you speak timely. Number 2, you tell the truth. Number 3, the way you talk is gentle. Number 4, you're talking. The way you talk is connected with the well-being. Number 5, you speak with the minor loving kindness. So these are the 5 criteria of good speech. Number 1, it's very important to take notes, timely speech. So you think about whether it's a good time or bad time. Normally, some people do not think. No concentration to other people. And they are busy when they have something to say somebody, then you make a call. So even though your friend is busy, and you don't look at, then you just talk whatever you want. Number 1, very important, timely speech. Number 2, telling the truth. So this is the opposite of telling a lie. Number 3 is gentle. So the way we talk must be gentle. So this one is opposite of using harsh speeches. Number 4 is connected with the well-being. So you talk to other people, then you take care of their well-being. Number 5, you speak with the mind of loving kindness, compassion. You're very kind, you're very compassionate to people, you talk to them. So these are the 5 criteria. In earlier question, you may find that sometimes we need to use strong speeches, unpleasant speeches sometimes. Sometimes we need to scold the children and your staff. Then here I quote one sutta from Dhammācariya. In this sutta, the Buddha explained sometimes he used unpleasant speeches. Even the Buddha, unpleasant speeches. The Buddha say unpleasant speeches to others. Like the Buddha taught to Devatata, Venerable Devatata. So actually, Venerable Devatata create a lot of problem in the Sangha. He trying to divide. He make a division among the Sangha community. So therefore, the Buddha say, Devatata, you are the one. You must go to hell. You must go to hell. You must go to hell. After hearing what the Buddha taught, Venerable Devatata became very sad. Became unhappy. So here, even the Buddha used unpleasant speeches. So in this sutta, the Buddha talk about 6 types of speech. Among the 6, the Buddha used 2 types. So here, number 1, untruth, unbeneficial, unpleasant to others. Not good, not good. What you say is not truth, and also when you're talking, it is also unbeneficial for the listener, and also the listener do not want to hear, unpleasant. People still talk. So that is, of course, there's a not very good speech. Number 2, it is truth. What you say is truth, but by talking to others, it is not beneficial, unbeneficial. And also unpleasant to others. So that means you want to make other people angry. Suppose you're talking to ugly man. Actually, he's ugly. And that is truth. You say, you talk to him, you are ugly. The way, what he said is truth, But by talking, you are ugly and beneficial. And also, the listener do not want to hear. So that therefore, there are something that we need to control, even though it is truth. We shouldn't talk. Suppose you have some problem in your office with your colleague, some conflict. That is truth. But your friend, one of your friend, know it. Then in front of you, she is talking to other people. Oh, yesterday you have a conflict. You have a very big fighting in your office. So what she said is truth, but not beneficial, not beneficial. And also, your friend do not want to hear. It's not pleasant to hear, even though it is truth. But we need to control, not to talk. So therefore, number two also not good. Sometimes even though it's the truth, no, not good to talk. And number three, it is truth, beneficial, but unpleasant to others. Just like the Buddha say, Devadatta, you are the one who will go to hell. Because you do a lot of, you accumulate a lot of bad karma. Unpleasant to others, unpleasant to Devadatta. But still, the Buddha need to talk, because whenever Devadatta is creating schism and division in the Sangha, so it is very dangerous. So therefore, the Buddha scold, the Buddha, use unpleasant speeches to Devadatta. But it is beneficial. It is beneficial. Other minds who are listening to the Buddha, they understand the way Venerable Devadatta is doing is harmful for the Sangha community, for Buddhism, Buddha Sasana. So therefore, so even, it is true, beneficial, then the Buddha know the time to use that speech. So here you can see that time is very important. Time is very important. The right time is very important. Even though what you say is truth, even though it is beneficial, you have to wait the right time, the right time. If you are using wrong time, what you say will be harmful, dangerous. So therefore, people may think that in the office, you are dealing with different people. Some are lazy, some are cheating to other people. But you need to use strong speeches, unpleasant speeches sometimes. But it is important not to have anger, no inner hate in your mind. When you're using strong, when you're shouting, sometimes you need to shout, to your staff. Sometimes you need to shout your children. But be mindful. The moment you're shouting, the moment you are talking unpleasant speeches, the moment you are using strong tone, be mindful not to have anger in your mind. So, and also, most important thing is, must be a right time, proper time. That's very important. That's very important. The next one, number 4, it is not truth, unbeneficial, but pleasant to others. People want to listen, like a gossip. So therefore, in the social media, there are a lot of gossip, a lot of gossips about celebrities. Most of them are not truth. By reading or by listening those gossip, and beneficial. But people still want to see, people still want to listen. That is, human nature, Not truth and beneficial, but pleasant to others. Suppose joke. Of course, people like to listen joke. So if it is untruth, if it is unbeneficial, we should control. Of course, joking in the right time, okay. But if you are joking using untruth, false information, which is not truth, and also which is not unbeneficial, then need to control. Of course, people still want to listen to you. So therefore, it is important to use number 3. Number 3 is very important. Number 4, even though people want to listen to you, if it is not true, not beneficial, need to control. Our mouth. Number 5, it is truth. It is truth, but unbeneficial. Pleasant to others. The truth information, and people also want to listen, but it is unbeneficial. Here again, information about celebrities. People want to listen. People want to read. That's quite human nature. It is truth information, but unbeneficial for you. But still want to listen. That's a human nature. And also, truth information. So the most important thing here is unbeneficial. If it is unbeneficial to people, shouldn't talk. Number 6, it is truth, beneficial, pleasant to others. And even such type of speech, the Buddha knows the time. Timing is very important. Even it is truth, beneficial for many people, people want to listen. So, but it is important to know the timing. So therefore, when you look at this sutta, of course, when we can talk number 6, we are telling the truth. We are talking beneficial speeches. We are talking pleasant way, pleasant to others. Then you know the time. You are talking in the right time. So if you're talking number 6 type of speech, the best. Sometimes we still need to talk number 3. It is truth, beneficial for many people, but the listener may not like it. Listener may not like it, but we still need to talk. But here, with COVID-19, and there are a lot of consequences of COVID-19. Economic, and also everything, many things. But still, the government need to talk to you. The government still need to explain to the people. It is true, beneficial. People do not want to listen. People do not want to listen. Difficulties and problems and bad consequences of. People do not want to hear. But still, as a government, they still need to talk. You still need to inform to the public. So that is it. For that reason, sometimes, even though people do not like, still need to talk. Okay, so these are the 6 types of speech. Man 6 types. The Buddha taught only 2. Truth, beneficial. 2, and also propagate. And the 3, I think here the Buddha speech based on 3 criteria. Number 1, true, beneficial, and right time. So I think when we are talking to other people, when we are dealing with other people, we can use, we can use the Buddha's advice. So we should tell the truth. We should, the way we talk must be beneficial, and also knowing the talking in the right time. Sometimes we may need to talk unpleasant way, but most of the time, if possible, we have to use pleasant speeches. Okay, any question? So now this is a completing of 4 public speeches. 4 public speeches.
Bhante, there's one question in the chat box. Bhante, just now you explained that the Dhamma does not mean Buddha's teaching. Is this always true or only in this specific context? Thank you.
So actually, the definition of Dhamma is the Dhamma need to be interpreted according to context. So here the triple chain, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Earlier you chant Buddha Saranam Gacchami. Buddha, the Buddha. Dhamma Saranam Gacchami. Dhamma is teachings of the Buddha. So in that context, teachings of the Buddha. And in this place, Dhamma means righteous practice, and righteous way. It can be, of course, teachings of the Buddha is righteous practice. We can also include the teachings of the Buddha. And in some places, like a Dhammānupassana, we have 4 foundations of mindfulness. 4 foundations of mindfulness. So the last one is contemplation of phenomena. Contemplation of phenomena. The Dhamma here is not a teachings of the Buddha. It indicates phenomena, mental and physical phenomena. So when you are practicing mindfulness, when you are practicing meditation, ultimately you will know the mental and physical phenomena, the nature of mental and physical phenomena. So in this context, so the word Dhamma is not a teaching of the Buddha. It is phenomena or the nature of Namarupa, the nature of mind and body. So actually we have to take in different contexts. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all for now, Bhante.
Okay. No question then. So now we already completed 3 bodily actions and 4 public actions. So good karma and bad karma. So now we're talking about mental actions, mental karma. So in Dhammācariya, the Buddha said that mind is forerunner of all phenomena. All phenomena. Here, Dhamma. Dhamma. So we translate as a phenomena. Mano Popengama Dhamma. In Pali is Mano Popengama Dhamma. Dhamma here is not a teachings of the Buddha. Dhamma here is all phenomena, all mental and physical phenomena. So, mind is forerunner of all phenomena. Mind is the chief. They are mind-made. If one speaks or acts with the wicked mind, because of that, suffering follow that passing. Just as the wheel follows the hoof prints of the ox that draw the cart. So here, what I want to highlight is mind is important. We are talking, we are using our bodily actions. So the main source of our speech, the main source of our actions come from the mind. Mind is forerunner. So you are talking in gentle way, because of the mind, compassion in your mind, mindfulness in your mind. Then you are talking offensive speeches, offensively. You are using unpleasant speeches because of anger. So therefore, mind is forerunner. Forerunner of your bodily actions and proper actions. So therefore, Buddhism always pay attention to the mind. So we are meditating because we need to control the mind, By doing dana, by doing charity, you cannot control your mind. Of course, by controlling your bodily and proper, sometimes you can control your bodily and proper actions, but you cannot control the mind. So you want to harm in your mind, you have a lot of anger. You want to kill one person, but you controlling not to kill that person. That is sila. That is sila. But you cannot control your mind. You want to kill him. You want to kill him. So therefore, mind very important. Even you can control your body, you cannot. It's not easy to control your mind. The Buddha said that mind is forerunner of your speeches. You are actions. So therefore, we meditate because to look at our mind. So we have three mental actions, manokamma. Number one, covetousness. Another one is, it can be translated as longing, pecha. Number two, evil, anger. Number three, wrong view. So these are the three unwholesome mental karma. The karma in your mind. So we call it, so this is these three are mental actions because they occur in the mind. They occur in the mind. So we will talk. Actually, it's not really difficult. Covetousness. And then we can listen what the Buddha taught. Here, someone is full of longing. He longs for the wealth and property of others. That's all. May what belong to another be mine. Be mine. So here is longing. A very strong, greed in your mind. May what belong to another be mine. If you have such type of longing, you will steal property of other people. then you see that there is expensive, harmful. Somebody left, somebody put on the chair, an expensive, harmful. Then you look at harmful, then you think that, oh, I want to get it, I want to get it. Longing. No? The harmful is not belong to you, belong to another person. Then you have a longing, strong craving in your mind. You want to get it. So this is covetousness or longing is the source of stealing. Stealing. You are a married person. You have a spouse. You get married. Then you saw beautiful care. Then you think that, oh, if she become my wife, so very good. Longing, is it longing or covetousness. You get married, but you still want to get married that lady. She is beautiful. In your mind. Because of covetousness in your mind, you were trying to approach her. Then later you have an affair with that lady. Then you engage in sexual misconduct. So therefore, mind is forerunner of mental and physical, speeches and bodily actions. Because of covetousness, then you commit sexual misconduct. So therefore, we have to be very mindful. So we have to look at our mind, not to have covetousness. So therefore, if we have a covetousness, strong lobha, and also we have to be very careful. So if we can refrain covetousness, that will be a good camp. So here the Buddha said that here someone is without longing. He does not long for the wealth and property of others. Oh, may what belong to another be mine. We don't have longing. If you know that this harmful belong to another people, then you are not taking. You're not taking. If you get married, you don't have any affair with other people. You are faithful to your spouse. So that is a good camp. That's a good camp. Number 2 is aware. It's a type of anger. It's a type of anger. The Buddha said he has a mind of aware and intention of hate. Thus, may these beings be slain, slaughtered, cut off, destroyed, or annihilated. So here you have a strong aware and hatred to sentient being, one person, even enemies. May they be slain, slaughtered, cut off. If they die, I'm very happy. Like that, it's aware. You want them to die. You want to destroy. So because of aware, you will commit killing. You will commit harming other people. Because of aware, you will be slandering. Because of aware, you will be using harsh speeches. So therefore, aware or anger is the source of, unwholesome actions. Then the opposite one is if you refrain from ill will, so that will be good karma. He is of good will, and his intention are free of hate. Thus, may these beings live happily. May they be free from enmity, affliction, and anxiety. Here is the good will. In other words, it is loving kindness and compassion. May they live happily. May they be free from enmity and danger. And may they do not have any anxiety, any fear, any depression. You have a good way in your mind. So actually here, if you have such a good will, compassion, loving kindness, the way you talk will be pleasant. You will be polite and gentle. And you will not be harming other people. And you will take care of them. So therefore, the Buddha says, mind is forerunner of everything. Okay, any question up to now before I talk about wrong view? Any question?
Bhante, there's a question in the chat. So the question is, Bhante, if a person has a bad intention to harm another person, but in the end did not carry out his intention, will there be bad karma for having bad intention?
Yeah, it will be bad intention to harm other person. So that will be ill will. So he has ill will in his mind. So that is a mental ahusankam, akusala karma. That he control his body. That he did not harm that person. So that means even though mental ahusankama arise, but he can control or she can control. That's good. So that means number one, she has mental ahusankama, bad karma. Number two, do not have any vave or bodily ahusankama, can control. In other words, we can call it she has a she can control her body, her speeches. In other words, it is she have a sila. She can maintain her sila, moral contact, morality. So therefore, mind is very important. So if we can control the mind, even though we see unpleasant people, even though we are dealing with cruel people, if we don't have any evil in our mind, then there will be we are not committing any vave or bodily ahusankam. Okay. Then this one is easy. Number three is wrong view. Then let's talk. Let's listen what the Buddha talk. He holds wrong view and has incorrect perspective that there is nothing given, nothing sacrificed, nothing offered. Actually, they are very similar. So nothing given, nothing sacrificed, nothing offered. So some people think that giving is not good. If you give, then you don't have, you give away your property. You don't believe the benefit of giving. Then I want to say that you don't believe the meaning of giving. So that is a wrong view. If you share what you have, then you just lost. Some people think that. Therefore, they do not share what they have. That is also wrong view. The correct view is there is the benefit of giving. the benefit of giving. If you give, so there are benefit. If you share something to poor people, the poor people will benefit from your giving, your charity. And by seeing them, they are happy, then you also feel happy. Then you share something with your friend very happy, and your friend will love you, So that means, so there is a benefit of giving. If you give, you will get something in return. There is no fruit or the result of good and bad actions. So now we talk about good karma and bad karma. Not to tell lie, not to slander, not to use harsh speeches, not to use distorted speeches, not to kill, not to steal, not to commit sexual misconduct. These are the bad karma. But here, he or she does not believe. Nothing will happen if I tell. Nothing will happen if even though I'm using unpleasant speeches. Nothing will happen even I'm kill. That's the wrong view. That's a wrong view. If you tell lie, people will not believe you. If you are using unpleasant speeches, people will not like you. People will not like you. So that is, you know, bad karma and good karma, and you, as you know, the result of good and bad karma. That is right view. That's the right view. So here is whether you do good or bad deed, there's no the result. So that is a wrong view. There is no this world, no other world. So that means it's denying afterlife and past life. Afterlife and past life. Even it deny this life. So we are here. We are here by chance. There's no past life, no afterlife. There is no mother, no father. So that means here is there are no good or bad result of treating your mother, your father in a nice way or in a bad way. They got married and they just was born you. They just was born. Or you just was born. And you don't believe gratitude of your parents. And you don't believe treating them in a nice way where we have a good result. And also, even though you're treating your parents in a bad way, badly, you don't believe there's a consequences. So here is the, actually there are some people who are treating their parents cruel way, badly, because they don't believe. So there will be bad consequences. So that is also wrong view. So there are no being spontaneously reborn. Spontaneously reborn. So if you don't believe it, hungry ghosts. If you don't believe Deva, heavenly beings, so they were born spontaneously. They die and they were born. They grown up right away. If somebody was born as a Deva in heaven, so they became like a 60 years old or 20 years old, like that. They were born spontaneously. You don't believe there's Devas or there's a ghost, you don't believe. So that is a wrong view. That's a wrong view. So they are ghosts, they are devas and Brahma. If you believe them, that will be right view. Right view. Of course, some people, they want proof. But a lot of, they say that they are not, they cannot be proved. That's a wrong view. It's a wrong view. Later, we'll talk about rebirth. Rebirth. So there are in the world no ascetics and Brahmin or right conduct and right practice who haven't realized this world and the other world for themselves by direct knowledge, made that known to others. You don't believe that there is religious leaders who can see hell, who can see heaven. You don't believe that there is no religious leaders who know past life and afterlife. That is also wrong view. So there are some religious leaders and who know the past life, and who can see heavenly realms, Brahma realms. That will be right view. So actually here, if we summarize what is the wrong view, number one, there is no benefit of giving. You don't believe charity. You don't believe donation. You don't believe sharing. And also number two, you don't believe the benefit of good and bad karma. You don't care. You don't care. So you will do whatever you like. And also, you don't believe the gratitude of your parents, gratitude of your teachers, and you don't believe past life and afterlife, and you don't believe there is a genuine religious teachers who know past life, heavenly realm, also hell, Brahma realm, and also ghosts, etc. So that will be wrong view. We cannot say just because you do not know. So there are people who know their past life, who can see heavenly realms. So then only that will be right view. Okay, any question? Any question? If no question, then up to now, we already completed good karma and bad karma. So we have a 3 bodily actions. So 3 bodily action also, good karma and bad karma. If you kill, bad karma. If you refrain from killing, good karma. If you steal, bad karma. If you do not steal, good karma. Of course, just in summary, we can elaborate. But if you tell lie, bad karma. If you tell the truth, good karma. If you slander, if you use divisive speeches, bad karma. If you do not slander, if you use uniting speeches, good karma. If you are using harsh speeches, bad karma. If you are using pleasant speeches, good karma. If you are talking, if you are using destructive talk, bad karma. If you are talking constructive talk, it could come. If you have a longing, it can. If you don't have a longing, it could come. If you have a ill will, it can. If you have a good will or compassion, loving kindness, it could come. If you have a wrong view, it can. If you have a right view, it could come. So this is a good impact. Good impact. Now we'll talk about question. Sharing, you can, oh yeah, you can unmute.
Yeah, hi Bhante. I'd like to ask a question. So right mental view, like for example, you see we wish people well. It's like and I'm curious, how does it affect that person? Let's say they say you chant mantras, or you say wish that person have a good day or wish them well. How does it, when they do not hear what we say, how does that goodness transfer from us to that person? Is it there's some transfer of energy? How does it work? I'm curious.
Okay. Then we use the word develop and cultivate. We cultivate compassion, loving kindness, sympathy, and goodwill in our mind. By doing so, we have a lot of sympathy and goodwill in our mind. With that state of mind, we deal with people around us. So that is benefit of cultivating a goodwill in our mind, and benefit of chanting mantra. Actually, of course, in Theravada, we do not use the word mantra. But anyway, if you are cultivating a goodwill by using mantra, also very good, very good. With a beautiful mind, with a goodwill, you will deal with people. So that is benefit of cultivating goodwill in our mind, and also chanting mantra. If you just chant mantra, will not be so effective. You chant mantra, at the same time you cultivate goodwill in your mind, or loving kindness, compassion in your mind. Then that goodwill in your mind will last longer. When you are treating people with the goodwill, then people will treat you the same way. Then you will have a lot of good response. So it will create a lot of well-being in your life. Another thing is, if you have a strong will, if your mind is full of a goodwill, full of compassion, then you dedicate one person. May this person support your mother. Your mother is living in the United States. May my mother be well and happy. May she be free from mental and physical suffering. May she be able to live happily. Then you radiate a goodwill in your mind. So because of a goodwill in your mind, your mother will come back. And she will see and she experience your goodwill. Even she is staying away, even though she is staying in the United States, she can feel it, she can sense it. And when you're talking on the phone next time, she can feel it. She can feel your goodwill. She can feel your love. So that is benefit of radiating loving kindness, or cultivating goodwill, or sending our love and our goodwill to sentient beings. Any sentient being, they can feel it. Even your dog, even your cat, they can feel it. They can feel it. So actually, we have the energy. So you create positive energy by cultivating loving kindness or by chanting mantra. So at the same time, you need to, while you are chanting mantra, you need to cultivate goodwill in your mind. It will be effective. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay.
Bhante, we have a question from the chat. So the person asked, if I'm a scientist and do not believe in blind faith, can I still follow the righteous teachings here? So what if I hold the wrong view, and what will happen?
Oh yeah, some scientists, they do not believe after life. Even in Buddhist, we have a we call it I forgot the term. Secularist Buddhist, or secular Buddhism. So there are some Buddhists who have difficulty to believe afterlife or past life, but they still believe teachings of the Buddha, Four Noble Truth, dependent origination, and teachings of the Kamma. Do you know the Kamma? They still believe it. They know that if they do unwholesome karma, they will have an unwholesome result. And if they do good deed, they will have a good result. Then they believe, they have a faith in teachings of the Buddha, like a theory of karma, Four Noble Truths. But they make use of teachings of the Buddha in this life. And they even don't believe past life and afterlife. Even they claim that the Buddha didn't talk about past life, and the Buddha didn't talk about afterlife. So what the Buddha taught is present life. Mostly they were called Kalama Sutta. So even in Buddhism, we have a secular Buddhism, or secular Buddhists, like a Stephen Batchelor from England, Mr. Toklat from the United States. So they are well-known speakers, well-known writers. So they don't, actually they do not say, Stephen Batchelor even do not say there's no afterlife and past life. But they have a difficulty to believe. Of course, even if they do not believe, wrong view. It is a wrong view, because it doesn't mean there is no past life, afterlife, just because we cannot see. So they actually the Buddha highlight the importance of knowing past life, believing afterlife. Later, when I talk about rebirth, then I will explain that. So if you do not believe past life, afterlife, stay, it is a wrong view. But of course, even you are skeptical, even you are agnostic about past life or afterlife, still you can practice. As the Buddha said in Kalama Sutta. The Buddha say, if you are doing good things, good karma, if you are cultivating loving kindness, compassion, altruistic joy, and equanimity, if you're practicing, if you're leading your life harmless way, not harmful to others, if you are leading a pure life in this life, then you will have a lot of assurance or guarantee, even if there's no afterlife. even if the Buddha used the word even if there is no afterlife, you can live in this life happily. But actually, what the Buddha referred to is, the Buddha didn't say there's no afterlife. So the Buddha is talking to Kalama who seem to be skeptical, agnostic about past life. So the Buddha taught to them, even you don't believe afterlife, stay okay. Don't do unwholesome things. Do good things. And you live with a good way, like metta, karuna, mudita, upekka. Four Brahma Vihara, 4 sublime states. Even if there's no afterlife, it's okay. You can live your life happily. So what I want to say is, if you are agnostic about past life or afterlife, or even if you don't believe it, but you need to do good things, you need to cultivate a good way, then you will have happiness. You will have a happy life in this life. But of course, it is statement that I see wrong here. Okay. Any question? Then, if you have a question, then question.
Anyone have question? Can unmute and ask Bhante directly.
Because now cannot go to next topic, because it is next week I will talk about the reset of time. So if you have up to now your question.
Bhante, were there some leftover questions from last week? I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a list of it. So one of it is, may I ask, what if there are many ants coming in the house and I have a need to remove them? So does it mean that I commit killing? And yeah, this is the question.
You want to drive them? You want to drive ants from your house?
Yeah.
Even last week, I talked to one of my devotees. Is there any way to drive ants from my room? Then he said, yes, there is some liquid. It will not kill ant. So by smelling that liquid, then the ant will not come again. So in that way, I don't need to kill. I don't need to kill. Normally, I drink coffee. Sometimes, if I put coffee cup, then it will come sometime. Then I want to kill. If I wash my coffee cup, then I might kill ant. It's not good. Then by using liquid, then ant will not come again. So there may be some ways and means to prevent.
There's also another question on doctors performing euthanasia. So what does Bhante have any thoughts on that?
Euthanasia is a very controversial issue. It's very similar to committing suicide, right? Committing suicide.
Yes, similar.
Even now, there's a lot of controversial issues. In Singapore, it's not allowed to commit suicide, and many countries. But nowadays, some countries like Switzerland, Belgium, some country like if I'm not wrong, maybe Sweden, Norway, and they allowed, especially Switzerland, they allowed euthanasia. So therefore, you may know that there is a story of a old man from Australia. So you want to die, you want to commit euthanasia, you want to commit suicide by using comfort way. But Australia is not allowed to do so therefore he went to Switzerland. He commit euthanasia. But of course, the product contain, number one, the product contain committing suicide or maybe committing even euthanasia if it is based on anger. A lot of, if it is based on depression or maybe a type of anxiety or like that. If killing oneself is done based on negative motive, the product contain. But there are some cases that the monks, some monks commit suicide, but that their motive is not negative. That their motive is not negative one, not negative one. Then the Buddha do not. So it's really it's very it's dangerous, to discuss about this case because now we don't have much time to talk about. So normally, when I talk about this issue, then I use the sutras. So sometimes the Buddha contain. Why? Because they commit euthanasia or committing suicide based on negative motive. Then that's not good. Not good. But some monks actually there are a few monks at the time of the Buddha, they commit suicide. The motive is not negative one. The Buddha do not contain. The Buddha even say that they don't have any attachment to life. They don't have any attachment to their body like that. So controversial issues. Of course, most of the Buddhist scholars, most of the Buddhist teachers, they will say that euthanasia is not allowed in Buddhism or committing suicide is not allowed in Buddhism. As the Buddha said, motivation or volition is Kamma. Mind is forerunner of everything. Mind is forerunner of everything. So motive or motivation behind our action will play an important role. Some people, it's sad to discuss about this because some people like the Australian man he's about, I think, nearly 100 years old. And he thinks that it is useless. It is burden for other people. Because of that, he went to end his life. But Australia do not allow it. He went to Switzerland and commit euthanasia or suicide. So here, very controversial one. People do not want to discuss about this, especially I would say that it's sometimes personal choice. So they are also especially in Jainism, they allow it. Officially allow it because even they do not eat anything, if their diseases are fatal diseases. So by not eating any food, then they die eventually. The type of, actually, Jainism officially allowed to do so, but Indian government do not allow it. According to rules and regulations in India, it's not allowed, no. But in religious terms, Jainism, of course, they were not encouraged to do so, but it is allowed. It is allowed to do so. A very controversial one. So, but I hope understand. So I will say the Buddhist point of view. Those who want to know further, then just SMS me that I can give my complete discussion about this matter. Okay, I think the time is up. We have to stop. We shouldn't talk improper time. Okay.